Hello, this is Juan with Anytime Plumbing. Today's day is July 3rd, 2025. We are in Northglen Villas. Address of job is 7101 Northeast 109th Street, Vancouver, Washington, 98686. We are video inspecting the main line for Building K. Units 81 and 79. We're experiencing a mainline blockage. The tubs and toilets were overflowing and flooding the units. So you can see right now we are in the outside cleanout by their front entrances. We are about 100 and close to 112 feet out on the main line, and at this very moment we're going to be doing a back scope inspection. So the cause of the blockage was grease in the line. As we can see, this is even after jetting. There's still a good amount of grease in the line. If grease stays in the line for too long, it'll continue hardening and become like cement. And at that point, it will be almost as hard to get off. There we can see a small offset in the line. Not too major, but definitely something to keep in mind about. Here on the walls of the pipe, we could see a little bit more buildup of the grease. As you can see, we're starting to get into a belly in the line, meaning that the line has settled. Considering that offsets in the line, that would be usually where the beginning of the belly would start, right here, which is at 60 feet approximately. Bellies can definitely cause a lot of grease to float. So you can see in the water, you can see a little bit of particles of the grease floating, and that can stick to the walls and harden and start to pile up, as you can see right here on the right. That turns into a wall and eventually back up the line. Here we're starting to get into more in the belly. which my camera's starting to get into underwater. Around 30 feet out. As we can see, there was a pretty big sized belly in the line. We were able to scope out around 60 feet, which was where the offset is for the main line. As you can see, the green pipe is scheduled 3034. That's where I've seen the offset. That's where I would consider the beginning of the belly, where it pops out. We did scope up the line 16 feet, and that's the other end of the belly, because this cleanout is still holding a pretty good amount of water. That tells me that we're still in a good sized belly. So we're about 76 feet belly, considering if you're going up line 16 feet and down the line 60 feet, totaling of 76 feet. Would highly recommend either getting it adjusted and replaced, or a quarterly maintenance for the line, considering that there is a lot of grease in this line. That'll conclude today's video inspection. If you have any further questions regarding this video inspection, please contact Anytime Plumbing at 503-894-8241. Thank you and have a beautiful day.